Welcome to Episode 61, Awareness and Training, Part 1. This chapter begins with a simple idea. Training turns policy into practice. Rules written on paper protect no one until people know how to apply them in real situations. Awareness programs translate the abstract into action by shaping everyday behavior. They explain why security matters, what to do, and how to notice problems before they grow. The most successful programs feel less like lectures and more like shared habits. When people understand both the reason and the routine, policy becomes muscle memory. Training, then, is not a compliance formality. It is the living bridge between governance and human behavior.
Building on that foundation, the purpose of awareness and training is to reduce human-driven risk. Most incidents trace back to small errors, overlooked warnings, or misplaced trust. No technology can compensate for decisions made in haste or ignorance. By teaching people how to spot phishing, manage data responsibly, and question the unusual, organizations shrink the space where accidents happen. Consider a staff member who pauses before clicking a link and reports it instead. That moment is risk reduction in action. Effective training makes such behavior instinctive. It turns each employee from a potential weakness into an active line of defense.
From that purpose flows scope. Awareness and training must reach all workers, in all roles, at all levels. Security does not stop at the technical team. It extends to reception desks, contractors, executives, and partners with temporary access. Every person who touches information contributes to the organization's risk profile. Inclusive scope ensures that awareness is not an isolated program but a shared language. For instance, the same baseline module can reach new hires and vendors alike, while specialized follow-ups target system administrators or developers. Broad coverage turns security into a workplace norm rather than a specialist concern. Next comes understanding the types of risks that targeted education addresses. Different groups face different exposures. Office staff encounter phishing and password reuse. Developers risk introducing insecure code. Executives face social engineering and public disclosure threats. Each training element should map to the behaviors that matter most for that audience. When lessons match real tasks, learners see immediate relevance. Picture a procurement officer learning to spot counterfeit invoices, or a technician reviewing safe device handling before fieldwork. Training becomes problem-solving rather than abstract lecture. By connecting education to concrete risk, awareness transforms from obligation into utility. Once risks are mapped, programs should emphasize behavioral objectives over content volume. The goal is not to teach everything about cybersecurity, but to ensure that the right actions occur when they matter. Behavioral objectives focus on observable outcomes, reporting incidents, securing data, verifying requests, not rote knowledge. A concise scenario illustrating correct action leaves a stronger imprint than dozens of slides listing threats. For example, a brief simulation showing how to escalate a suspicious email can achieve more retention than an hour of statistics. Fewer concepts, practiced well, outperform dense courses quickly forgotten. Quality over quantity sustains attention and builds habits. Even with specialization, there are foundational topics every person must know. These core lessons form a shared baseline, recognizing phishing, protecting passwords, handling data securely, and reporting incidents promptly. Everyone benefits from understanding social engineering tactics, safe device use, and basic privacy expectations. These essentials should appear early, repeat often, and evolve with current threats. For example, an annual update might refresh examples of new scam patterns or mobile risks. When foundational knowledge stays current, organizations maintain consistent security hygiene across all departments. The goal is simple consistency, not exhaustive detail. Shared basics hold the culture together. Beyond the foundation, advanced topics prepare privileged users who handle sensitive systems or elevated permissions. These learners need deeper exposure to access management, secure configuration, incident containment, and audit evidence handling. Their mistakes carry greater impact, so their training must go beyond awareness into practiced competence. A system administrator might rehearse privilege escalation detection, while a developer might complete secure coding labs. The tone shifts from awareness to mastery. Providing advanced modules acknowledges responsibility, not hierarchy, and reinforces that expertise brings higher accountability. Continuous growth in these roles prevents complacency and keeps defenses aligned with evolving complexity. Adding another layer, just-in-time prompts during workflows reinforce learning when it counts most. Instead of relying solely on scheduled courses, organizations can embed micro-reminders into systems. Warnings before sending external emails with attachments, alerts when entering sensitive data, or prompts to verify permissions before approving access. These small interventions connect knowledge to behavior instantly. A short message appearing at the right moment can correct an error before it happens. Over time, these reminders blend training with everyday work, transforming awareness from a scheduled event into a continuous companion. Context-driven cues sustain vigilance far longer than periodic campaigns. While content and timing matter, frequency and refresh cycles determine lasting impact. Awareness fades without repetition, but repetition must add value rather than annoyance. Annual refreshers anchor compliance, while quarterly or situational updates keep content aligned with new risks. For instance, a quick campaign about holiday scams or tax season phishing renews attention at the right time. Programs should track when each employee last completed key modules and adjust cadence by role sensitivity. The rhythm should feel natural, steady enough to maintain readiness, but flexible enough to prevent fatigue. Well-timed training becomes part of organizational rhythm, not a calendar chore. Accessibility and language considerations ensure that training reaches everyone fairly. Programs must accommodate visual, auditory, and cognitive differences and provide translations where necessary. Simple, direct language aids comprehension more than technical jargon ever will. A policy reminder written plainly in multiple languages speaks to a global workforce without losing authority. Accessibility also includes platform design, captions for videos, readable text contrasts, and mobile compatibility for field staff. By removing barriers, organizations reinforce that security belongs to everyone. Inclusion in delivery reflects inclusion in responsibility. Training that people can understand is training they can apply. Leadership modeling and cultural signals make or break awareness initiatives. When executives complete training publicly, mention lessons in meetings, or reinforce guidance in everyday decisions, the message becomes cultural truth rather than compliance routine. Employees watch what leaders do more than what they say. If management dismisses security steps as burdens, staff will follow that tone. Conversely, leaders who celebrate good catches or encourage reporting build a culture of safety. Cultural signals, stories shared, praise given, and patience shown determine whether awareness thrives or fades. Leadership is not just a stakeholder, it is the loudest training voice of all. Finally, the value of awareness rests on measuring learning, not mere attendance. A checked box means little if behavior does not change. Measurement can include scenario-based quizzes, simulated phishing response rates, or tracking incident reports that show improved judgment. The aim is feedback, not punishment. Patterns of improvement reveal where programs work and where they need refresh. Data closes the loop between training and outcomes. When people apply lessons under pressure, that is evidence of success. Measurement turns awareness into an adaptive system that grows smarter with every cycle. In closing, outcomes define training value. Awareness is not a presentation, a quiz, or a yearly ritual. It is the steady conversion of knowledge into action. Programs that teach people what to notice, how to respond, and why it matters create a resilient culture that complements every technical control. When outcomes are observable and behavior changes for the better, the investment pays off in fewer incidents and greater confidence. In the end, the best security awareness program is invisible. It shows itself not in slides completed, but in mistakes prevented every single day. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.